Welcome to LifeTec Great Gadget Series. My name's Chris, I'm an occupational therapist, and today's session we're going to be looking at ways that you can make it easier for you to use the computer. Okay, I've got a Windows 8 platform here, but the settings that I'm going to talk about today are available on Windows XP and Windows 7 as well, and they're called the ease of access. Let me just step you through some of these options and show you how you can change those settings to make it easier for you to use the computer. With Windows 8, slide across the bar till you get to Control Panel. Open Control Panel and go down here to, it's called the Ease of Access Center. Now this is a nice little menu that you can either be stepped through with like a wizard that will help you adjust the settings, or you can go forward and adjust the settings yourself. You can see that there's a whole range of options that are available to you. I'll just talk you through some of these. Start Magnifier provides you with a whole section of the screen that, magnified quite significantly to help you if you've got problems with your vision. On-screen keyboard. This section here will launch a keyboard that is displayed on the screen, and you can click directly onto the letters, or if you need to, it will actually scan and you can select it with a click. Start Narrator. Narrator is an option whereby it will talk you through what is on the screen, but it will also read out to you any text on the screen, including internet pages. High contrast is another vision aid, and that will and that contrast in all the text and everything that's displayed on the screen can assist you with your vision. If you scroll down further, you can see that it presents you with a whole lot of options and tools to change the settings on the computer. Here we've got settings you can use to use the computer without a display. So that would be for a person who is blind, who has no vision. And here, for a person with low vision, you can use these settings to make the display easier to see, including increasing the resolution and setting up contrast. Using the computer without a mouse or keyboard, let's click on that and explore the options. Here it gives you the option of using an on-screen keyboard. Now an on-screen keyboard is the same sort of QWERTY layout you're familiar with a keyboard, but you can use your mouse to click on the keys. If you can't use a mouse, you can have it so it will scan through and select your options. Another option here is using voice recognition. Now, voice recognition means that the computer uses a microphone to listen to your voice and translates that into text on your computer. Now that can be really great for somebody who has difficulty using a keyboard. Okay, this setting here makes the mouse easier to use. That allows you to make adjustments to the way that the mouse moves on the screen and how you click on that mouse. If you can't click fast enough for a double click, then you can slow that setting down. What we might go is back out into the control panel, and there we'll have a look at some of the options. In display, this will help you change the appearance of the screen so that it's easier to see. So here you can actually change the size of everything that's on the screen to make it easier. And if you go into resolution, you can change the size of everything on the screen as well, the whole of the screen, by changing the resolution. You can also go directly, if I scroll down, into keyboard, and there's a range of settings you can adjust there. You can change how the computer responds to the keyboard presses, and this way you can set it so that if you hold a key down, it doesn't repeat. So if you've got a tremor whereby you might accidentally hit the key twice, you can get it to ignore that. It's kind of handy, so I'll show you how that works. For example, see how that's slowed right down? Set up to high, it goes like this. So you can change that response rate. Also here, long delay, that's a short delay. If I set it to long delay, it takes a long time before it responds to the key press. So any accidental quick hits are ignored. All right, now we're going to have a look at some of the mouse settings that can be changed. In mouse properties, you can look at the different change the settings for the mouse. So if you're a left-handed person, you can click this, and that will change the primary click over to the right-hand side to make it easier for a left-handed person. This is double click speed. This is a very handy setting to change, particularly if you're struggling to be able to click the mouse fast enough to open and launch programs. I'll show you, for example, on a normal setting here, over here, double click, it will open. If I do this slowly, it won't recognise it to close it. If I change the setting and slide this bar across to slow, I can actually be slow in my clicking and it will still recognise it. Click lock is another setting you can use. This is whereby you might have difficulty holding the mouse click down if you're using a scroll bar or moving a panel around the screen. This enables you to click on it to select on the panel, and then move it to where you want it and click again to drop it. Okay. While you're in the mouse settings, you may want to change the pointers to make them easier to see. Now, Windows themselves have a whole range of different types of pointers you can use, but you can go through and browse the range of options. You can see the examples on the left there, and some of those might be easier for you to see, and you can select those. Alternatively, you may want to download an easy to see cursor. Mine I've scored from a website called ACE, and you might want to check that out. It's a free website for people with disabilities, and they've developed a lot of software to assist people with computer use. I'm just going to give you a little demonstration now how Dragon NaturallySpeaking can assist a person who can't use a keyboard or has difficulty using a keyboard. Let me just show you. Wake up. Listen to me. Welcome to Dragon NaturallySpeaking, full stop. This is a program that recognises your voice and transcribes it into text on your computer. Full stop. I think it's pretty clever. Full stop. Select full stop. Number 3. Delete. Exclamation mark. It's as easy as that. So using a program like Dragon can make it really easy to enter text onto a computer. If you still like to use a keyboard, but you struggle with that, there are some options as well. Over here, I've got a high contrast keyboard. Now this one's got black writing on yellow, and that contrast can assist a person with vision impairment. As you can see, it's a lot easier to see than your standard keyboard. I've also got another option here, which is a big keys keyboard. Again, you've got the high contrast, but they've also got larger keys. They're actually much larger than your standard keys. And for a person who's got poor dexterity, it might be easier to accurately select the right key. If you still struggle, you can actually get a key guard. And this sits over the keyboard, and so that you have to poke your finger into the key guard in order to select the key. And this can assist for a person who's got poor accuracy with keyboarding. If you find mouse use a little bit tricky, we've got some other alternatives here. For example, trackballs. As you can see, it's like the old rollerball mouse that you used to have, with a ball underneath, upside down. So the idea is you don't have to move the mouse around the desk. Here, you move the ball, and that translates to cursor movement on the screen. Then you've got large buttons for your mouse clicks, and that can be easier for a person, particularly if they haven't got the range of movement at the shoulder. Here's another example of a trackball. Again, your cursor movement and your mouse clicks. Now LifeTec can assist you to explore a range of options that you might need for computer access. Just give us a call.